morning, this is Baba today with Pennystocking 100 to 1000. Welcome back to the series where we take a fresh account on Webull starting with just $100 and show you the journey it takes to grow that $100 into $1,000 over time. And we're back. Today is May 22nd, 2019. The markets are ever so slightly red. Today was an easy money day. The account is up to 171. The play for the day was OBLN. It ran up over 300% today. So you'd have to be just really bad to not have made money on OBLN today. But before we get into OBLN, we were in WKHS overnight, if you remember. And we were in at 158 a share yesterday, and we held that overnight. And we got out today in the pre-market at 8:54 a.m. We got out at $1.80. And this stock, I didn't think it had too much room to go. It was basically being repumped up about the deal, about buying the deal, the GM Motors, the GM plant at Lordstown or something like that. You can see I don't even know what I'm talking about really, because I don't really care too much for the catalysts, the news story. I just trade the volatility. But yes, so it was ever so slightly pumped over that same old news. So, and I think the senator of the state had came out on Twitter and tweeted about it yesterday. So it was a little bit pumped. So we didn't exactly think this thing had that much room to go. And as you can see today, the top of this today was at $1.84. So that was the top today. So we did pretty well on that. And we got out in the pre-market before 9 o'clock, and we got out at $1.80. In the pre-market, I think the high of the pre-market was about $1.90, $1.95-ish. So we were happy to get out. We made a good 13% on that one. So that was nice. And immediately after that, I saw OBLN was up over 200%. And so we knew instantly that was going to be the play for the day. I believe the float was around 9 million or something like that. So not a huge, not a huge float. So that was a good sign. We got in at 9.25. In the pre-market, we got in at 96 cents a share. We really wanted to get in at about 90. We kind of missed our chance on that one at the time that we got in. So we saw the strength in it, so we decided to hop on in, because I normally make a mistake. I try to save pennies. So instead of trying to save pennies and try to get the 90 cents, I just went ahead and locked in the 96, and we went from there. And then eventually dropped back down to about 90 before it ran to about $1.03 or something like that. And then it dropped back down to the 90s, consolidated in the 80s and 90s area for a while in the morning, and then it broke out to $1.45. So let's show you the charting for that. We got out $1.20. But let's show you the chart for that. So gapped up, from yesterday, from 40 cents all the way up to around 80 cents, 90 cents. And then that's where we got in. Had this big, huge bar here. That's where I got out on this spike up here. It's about 134. And it actually halted, I believe. It actually halted on that candlestick, because you can see the low was 90 cents all the way up to $1.34. So that was a big momentum move in a 15-minute frame. So it halted there at about 106. It halted $1.06 a share. And so we went ahead and we saw on the level 2 there was some buys at $1.20. So we went ahead and just we put our sell order in for $1.20 just so we can get filled, because I don't like to really play around with these halts, right? I don't like to play around with them too much, because sometimes they do drop massively after a halt. And so yes, we got filled at a 25% gain overall. And so that was nice. We got filled at a 25% gain overall on that one. And we're happy with that. Yes, it ran to $1.34. And even after that, the next candlestick later on, it went to $1.45. But we're happy with what we got. And I even started alerting this in the Profitly forums that right around here in this area here, where it started to find resistance, I started alerting. I said, This is a double top because yesterday, or not yesterday, I'm sorry, but in the pre-market, the high was $1.30. So I said this is a double top. So I alerted people that, don't be greedy here. This is probably going to be heavily shorted in a little while. And just as I tweeted that or mentioned that in the forums, this is what happened. And profits rather quickly. It is absolutely fine to be out into this strength here in this bar where I was out. It's absolutely fine to be out there. Take your profits. I made 25% in a very short time frame, and I'm happy with that. Yes, I left some money on the table, and that is fine. So we had that huge drop. It was heavily shorted. Found here from the morning and from around 80 cents a share. So it found support, and it would have been a nice play to get back in for a dip buy, but this thing was already up over 200% on the day. It could have very well been over. The run could have very well been over, and I don't have any more day trades, so I was afraid that if I got in on this, I would be trapped. So even if I got in here in the 80 cents region for support, in the support region for a bounce play, I would have to hold it overnight, right? And given the stock is already up over 100%, it could very well drop. It could very well fall below this support here and cave back down maybe around to here, maybe around 60 or something like that overnight, or even back down to where it was the day before in the 30 cents region. And this stock actually has just been given a notice by NASDAQ of being delisted from the stock exchange because it's failing to meet the requirement of $1 plus. So it just got that notice about a week ago or less. And as we've seen with CANF with the last play, remember when it was up pretty heavily on the day, where it went from roughly $5 to $8 overnight, and then from $8 in the midday, they had the notice of the offering being given, and it went from $8 all the way down to $3 in the same day. So you just have to be pretty careful with these things. It's already up over 200-300%. You can't be too greedy with these things, because yes, it did find support and it bounced up massively after that, but what if it didn't? And I would have been trapped holding this overnight because I don't have any day trades. So I decided to stay away from that one. It's running pretty well in the after hours, so it's doing good, but again, you just have to be safe. You have to be sure. And I think a lot of people are being spoiled right now because this is a sympathy play, right? We had OTLK, that was a massive runner from this week and last week, and then we had BIOC, which is another sympathy play after OTLK. And so they're getting these huge returns, these huge moves, and I think traders are just getting spoiled from these types of plays. They don't realize that these types of plays do not happen all that often in the stock market. So yes, this was an easy play to make money on, but what if this was very well the end of the run? And this is why I alerted that, because this could have very well been the end of the run in normal conditions, but this was not normal conditions. So, but I just encourage you to not be spoiled by these runs. Again, everybody thinks that, a lot of people like to think that one stock will be the next BPTH. It's going to go from 2 to 70 in a day or a couple days. They thought OTLK was going to be the next BPTH. It got to $4. OTLK got to $4, and then it's now trading at about $2 now. So BIOC, that went to $2, and now it's trading almost under $1, almost back to $1 at this point. So every play is not going to be BPTH. Every play is not going to go up 1,000, 2,000% over a few days. You have to understand that, and not come into every play thinking that it's going to be the next huge move. So yes, I just encourage you to take those wins as they come. This was a lucky play. This was the exception. And congratulations to everybody that did make money on this move back up. But again, don't always expect it. Have your risk to reward in place, because this does not always happen. So that was that play on OBLN. And so the account is up. We're doing pretty well. This is going to be the end of the 4th week of the series. So this is the first month of the series. The account is up 56%. So we're doing pretty well for ourselves. I'm happy about that. We're doing pretty well. The account is up to $171. And I also sold the free stock they gave me. I just got the free stock from Webull. They gave me ZNGA, Zynga. So I sold that today. It was just a $6 stock, so we sold that. So that helped. That's helping to grow our account a little bit too. That's the free stock they give you when you deposit $100 or more for the first time. So that was that. So we have no more day trades left, and Monday is a holiday. It is Memorial Day, so we will not be able to trade Monday. We'll get back at it on Tuesday, more than likely. So that'll be good. I'm actually happy about that. So we won't be able to trade Thursday and Friday, but I'm kind of exhausted because I've been up all day doing these trades. I've been getting very, very little sleep. Pretty much up all hours of the market from extended to the actual intraday. So at least we'll get some rest on Thursday and Friday. We'll get back at it next week. And so I hope you all have a good weekend, and we just inspire you all to stay motivated, stay inspired, study hard over this weekend. Monday is a holiday, but you can still study. And eventually, penny stocks will reward you. Thank you.